Hello.
Hello.
I
did it.
Oh, that wasn't even slightly worrying for 3 seconds there.
You thought we were going to leave you to do the show on your own.
Are we all in? Are we all in? You're in. We're all in. All aboard. That's coming aboard. Excellent stuff. Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to... Am I doing the intro? Apparently I am. Yep. Hello, good everybody, and welcome to the Ideal Ohm Show, show number 131. It's got the longest... Is it the longest title that we've ever had for a show? I think it quite possibly is.
Yeah, I think so.
It's pretty long. It's pretty long. Tonight, we have got guaranteed stuff. As always, we always guarantee stuff. Has there ever been 131 shows? Not a single one without stuff. Sometimes it wasn't guaranteed. We only started guaranteeing it reasonably recently, but definitely stuff, guaranteed stuff. And squatting. Stuff on squatting. We've got news from vaping. We've got some news. You got news, haven't you, John?
Yes.
Yeah, you've always got news from Scotland. But try of Batavars. Some people, I think, thought because of the notice from the group last week that Try Batavar might be dying. Try Batavar's not dying. It's bigger than all of us. It's bigger than all of us. And we have, of course. I've got some stuff to show you. We've all got stuff. And we've got Mark Todd on the show this evening. But he's just there on my screen. It's unbelievable. It's like he's in the shed. I have been super duper, kind of like nervous, excited all day about having Mark on the show. Yeah, I'm speaking so quickly, and nobody has got any idea what I'm saying. We've got Mark Todd on the show. Shall I stop? Okay, Mark, it's lovely to have you here, mate. It's absolutely,
thank you very much.
Absolutely delightful to have you here. Isn't it brilliant? It is brilliant. So this week we are missing Rick and Rich. Rick is, he told me he's getting measured up for a cape. Is that true? Getting measured up for a cape?
Well, yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, measured up. Good on you, Rick. Good on you.
As a sidekick to a mysterious superhero.
I think you'd really, really suit the cape. I think he's got the head shape to pull it off. And Rich has gone for a skin peel. Is that right? No, that's skin peel.
True. Again,
and some plumping, some sort of plumping around. I don't know the ins and outs of it.
I think it's a whole head plump. I think it was like an offer.
Just general head plumping
with Groupon.
I didn't realise that was a procedure. But
well, you could have lines done or just do a full head plump. So
excellent. So we'll expect
how his turns out, and then try and fix the shit.
We'll expect a lot of Rich next week when he's back. Okay, shall we start the show? What's that? 4 minutes. Well, that wasn't bad. I've done worse. I've done better. John, let's go straight to you, John, because look, you're there on my screen. I don't know why you're on my screen. I'm speaking. You're on my screen. Well, let's go over to you. How's your week been? What are you vaping? What did you have for your lunch? What are you drinking? And I'm not going to ask you about socks. I was thinking about asking you about socks. I'm not going to ask you about socks. If you were a car, what kind of car would you be? That's a terrible question. Go.
No, I like it.
Excellent.
How's my week been? It's good. Yeah, no, it's good. You can't then. I don't know. It's being old, but when the weather gets bright, it's lovely, isn't it? I like the sun. I like being warm, so I'm happy because it's warm. It's warm. So yeah, good week because it's nice and warm. That's the real answer.
You love the snow too, don't you, John?
What?
You love the snow.
I do. Yeah. And like
so warm snow. Imagine that.
Oh, dream. Yeah. Snow's pretty. I don't care. You're not going to die. Just fucking shut up and stay in the house. Or
have you ever thought about going on holiday next to an active volcano? That would might be a great holiday for you.
An active volcano on an Arctic island.
Not necessarily, just because you know when all of that the ash comes down, it kind of looks a little bit like snow.
So Hawaii today would be good.
Yeah.
Hawaii today. Yes. No. What did you ask? Would I have what I had for lunch?
Yes.
Shit. Wasn't that long ago, was it? Oh, it was terrible. I had a pot noodle, a blueberry muffin, and an orange. That's what I had.
What flavour pot noodle?
It was the curry flavour.
I think it's probably one of the better ones. It
was a... Sorry. I'm never going to grow up. It was £1 because it was on offer. That sounded really tight. Just that I was walking past, it was £1. And I was like, I'm having it. For a quid, I'm having it. And the blueberry muffin was from yesterday, so it's fine. So, yeah, blueberry muffin, pot noodle, and an orange, because I have to eat an orange. It's the law. What am I drinking on? I just finished a proper job. That is actually true. I just finished a proper job, and now I work in vaping. From the St Austell Brewery, a Cornish IPA. I tend to get one of these and stuff. And they're really good. I think it's really nice, actually. But there's not a lot left of that. And the other 3 bottles are Go Ship. But I will drink them. Saying that, I'm going to do a bit of a John Honori. Somebody mentioned the other week, somebody said, yeah, I was watching the show the other week. It was hilarious. You were so pissed. What? And then I talking to Mrs. John, I said, somebody watched the show, said that they really liked the show because I was so drunk. And she said, how many did you had? And I said, about 3. She said, you'd never get pissed on 3. Do they know you're a knob all the time? Thank you.
Anyway, they'll figure it out in good time.
Thank you to my lovely wife. It's because there's no reference point for them to work out. I'm always a knob. Yeah, that's that. What am I vaping on? I am vaping on... Oh, I'll go with this one first. I have got the Saver on the RX75 because I know Richard likes me to put the Saver on the RX75. It's his favourite thing for me to do. He really doesn't. And in that, I have got 45 milligram lemon crack. It's Salt Nick lemon crack. Lovely. I've got that. Oh, I've gone mad with the old coil on that 1.2. So we're talking low resistance 1.2 coil.
Lovely.
Second up, I have a switch effect from Abstract Mods, the lovely Mike Dakers of Abstract Mods. And on top of that, I have a Dead Rabbit, which came from the wonderful Ian Schwar, who very nicely sent me. Oh, I should have been wearing it. I'll go and get it. Oh, wait there. No, I don't know where it is. Yeah, I do. Wait there. I've been wearing it all day. It's fine. It's live. We can do it. I wear it on the show. I got a Team Boobs. A Team Boobs badge for Carrie with Team Boobs. So I will be wearing my Team Boobs badge. So we get Team Boobs. I got a Dead Rabbit, some Team Boobs stuff, stickers and badges, and some chocolate buttons for Mrs. John, which is very, very kind. The Dead Rabbit, I'm really surprised by this. I have got this coiled pretty low for me. I think it's about 0.13.
Is it the SQ version or is it the 24mm version?
24mm.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm surprised it works because when you look at it, it doesn't look like it should. You look at it and you think, well, all right, they reckon it's bottom feed, but it has this the sort of ears on kind of wick.
It's got like a funny table inside there, doesn't it?
Yes, there is a funny table inside, but it really on the face of it doesn't look like it's going to work, and it really, really does. I've got this coiled at. We're going to get a 12 milligram cloud. Got this coiled at 0.12, and it's got Onyx by Black Box in it.
Black Box Liquids.
A lovely 12 milligram cloud for you there. Beautiful. And it's really good. I'm really shocked at how good it is. And last but by no means least, there's no way I'm going to remember the name of this. Please have written it on the bottom for the fuck's sake. I have got a Voopoo designed in California, assembled in China. A Voopoo thing. What is it? I don't know. This.
It's a U-Force.
A U-Force from the lovely Mark Toddlington of Cheshire. I won a a meme competition on Mark's page, and he sent me three tanks. And this is the one I decided to try. It's got it's one of those crazy tanks. Oh, it's not that crazy. It's got a point. This one's got a 0.43 coil in it. Oh, I can wet your taste bud. This is good, isn't it? It's like I'm not organised or something, isn't it? I got sent a sample today that you're all going to be jealous of. Wow, I can't find it. It doesn't matter because all it says on the front is Cactus New.
Ooh.
That's all you need to know. It says Cactus New on it. Oh, I tell you what, you're really going to like this, Brass. I'm
gonna book my train now. I will be standing outside your office in the morning.
You're really going to like this. It's very summery, and it's by the Cactus Man, Mark Selby himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if this tank is loud enough. That's his downpour so far. I've literally, this has had this liquid in it, and I've vaped this much. You can't even see it. You can't even see the air bubble. So to review it would be fucking ludicrous. But yes, I have that. Yeah, no. Oh, that's it. Oh, and if I was a car, what car would I be? That's a very, very easy answer, because it wouldn't be a sports car of any kind. It wouldn't be anything fancy. It would be
an American truck.
Definitely not.
No, American truck with the big grill on the front.
I think another way, Todd. I think he'd be a Reliant Robin.
It's close. It's close to Reliant Robin, actually. My granddad had the last car he had. There you go. Feel guilty now. What did he have? He had an Isetta. My granddad had a bubble car, an Isetta with 2 wheels at the front, 1 wheel at the back, so the opposite way round to Robin Reliant.
I love that car.
It was
me too.
absolutely the most fun car to be in ever. It had 1 seat, which was like a
it's like a bench.
Well, it's like a waltzer, and the whole front opened with the steering wheel on it. So sometimes he'd come and pick us up from the train station, and so it was me and my nan, my nan and my granddad, my dad, my mum, and the 2 kids on the parcel shelf. That was how that got down the road. And being driven by my grandfather, who was profoundly deaf since the age of 12 and colourblind. It was always good fun. But that would be the car that I would be, because that you know what you're getting straight away.
Excellent.
I'm going to ask Mark, because he's been quiet. So I'm going to go, Mark. Mark, how's your week been?
Hello.
What did you have for lunch? What are you drinking? Probably coffee. And what are you vaping on? And a weird question. Oh, okay. We'll go with it. We'll go with simple. You can go on holiday anywhere you want in the world next week. You will be transported there instantly, so it's got nothing to do with flight times or anything like that. Where do you want to go?
Oh, that's a good one. John, thank you very much. For lunch, I had Marks and Sparks sandwich. It was chicken and bacon with cheddar and red onion crisps, and a can of Iron Brew, of all things.
Is that because you legally had to, because you not a bit below the Iron Brew level?
Yeah, well, you can't buy anything else here.
It's legally mandated.
Yeah, everything else was taxed apart from Iron Brew. So
if it comes out the tap, why are you still buying it?
That's what I was going to say.
Good question. Yes. So, drinky poos. What am I drinking? I thought since I was out and I was coming on such obviously a very middle class show tonight, I would have to go in some form of IPA. And
oh, good man! I've never seen you drink an IPA.
Yeah, and so this is all I could afford on my reviewer's salary. It was a bottle of salt.
Was that just in the bottle recycling, but someone just couldn't be asked to take anything out of it?
Exactly. And,
we might need to go over the meaning of IPA at some stage.
That isn't an IPA, but it was anyway. And I'm drinking it out of my Beck's mug.
That's really good. You look like that's like a morning TV host.
Yeah.
I've had this for 31 years. Perfect. I'll have you know.
Oh.
You've had that mug for almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah. I stole this from a beer festival in Aviemore many moons ago. Anyway, what am I vaping? How long have I got?
As long as you need.
As long as it.
About 10.
Right, here we go, because we'll start off with this one. Vaping on this, that's the thing, with the thing on top that's from Germany and made by Germans. And it's the GT4, the Typhoon, and the Typhoon mod on the bottom, which has a single 18650. It's a die-codes board, but they've reworked the menu on it so you can actually use it, or normal people can understand it now. It's not like the...
I like the die-code board. I know what you mean. It was a bit...
The FL80, was that one of the ones they used in a lot of squonkers? It's like a variation on that, but it's very, very good. And the GT4 is surprisingly good. I thought it was going to be a cloudy type of affair. You can, but you can also do quite a nice restricted lung hit on it, and thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, it's very different to say the GT2 or something like that, but it's still a good RTA. And you can't buy it in the UK. Well, no, that's a lie. There's a TPD version coming to the UK.
Oh, now I'm interested.
Nice. Is it 24mm or Mark?
It is, yes.
Yes. Mark Todd. I was going to call you Mark Todd. I don't know.
Yeah, you can call me anything like sweet.
I am a big fan of Typhoon, them German chaps.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the GT2 was. I thought the GT2 was better than the Uber 2, but it's surprising how good it is. Moving on, I was going to say something else. The rest are all squonkers. You'll be happy to know. That's the Kronig, the 21700. That's also not made by Germans, but I stole this from Germany.
He's Swiss, so he's basically half German, isn't he?
It's half German. Yeah, I got Switzerland. This is growing on me at an increasing rate of knots. I do like this.
He was next to me at Vape Jams. Absolutely fantastic mod that.
Made with German gold.
Moving on, and on top of that is the Karma, which arrived yesterday from some other company, 4dvapeco.co.uk. This is yet another single coil RDA that vapes very much the same as all the other single coil RDAs I own. It's very good. It's very good.
Did you find it easy to build? I did. They had it at Jam, and quite a lot of people were picking it up at Jam. And I think people. I mean, it's a clean deck.
It's
sorry, Brad laughing, mate. Who laughed? I don't know.
Are you seeing what's going on in chat here? The only mod we have, for fuck's sakes, don't go calling it German. Sweden, you Belgian.
Oh, Sweden, not
Swedish, for fuck's sakes, not half German.
Apologies. Apologies. I thought it was Switzerland.
I should point out that it's thank you to the man with the beard in chat. It's pointing out that is the Kronig. This is the special limited edition with thinner Scotch tape.
Oh, Magnus.
No, it's I had an issue with the long story, but they sorted it out for me, and basically they're going back and they're revisiting this because some battery wraps were getting damaged, so they've rejigged a couple of things inside, which is very good of them.
That's the way they should do it.
Yeah, but the karma is, and I kind of touched on this somewhere else, is that I've had a lot of these single coil RDAs are getting, I don't know if they've plateaued or things are just that good now, but or maybe it's just because that style of RDA suits me so well in the way I like to vape, but they're all getting much of a sameness now, I feel. But in saying that, it's a very good RDA.
Alex Brewer said it's swishy smooth. I bet you wouldn't write that in the fucking paper, Alex.
Next one will be the Neophyte from 67 Mods. The lovely Raphael.
That's very good.
I went over this with some. I may have trouble with this, but I know Mr. Larkin is in chat, so he can keep me right if I get anything wrong here. Ball bag. And on top of that is the Lust.
Lust.
Is it the Lust? It might not be called the Lust. I'm sure it's called. Is it? I was going to say the Lush. It's not the Lush. It's the Lust. Ecig Art. It's quite a fancy deck on this thing, but once you get it, and I'm going to say this and once you get it dialed in, it's actually quite an enjoyable vape. And the deck is quite different to everything else that seems to be floating about just now.
Is it swishy smooth?
It's
not.
It's silky smooth.
Silky
smooth.
Yeah, smooth, good.
And the last one that'll bore you to tears with, yeah, I'll leave it at this. Will be the Mod Dog, the Pulsar, which I absolutely love this thing. Absolutely love it. I love the fact that you can slap new bodies on it and customize it, and it holds a shit ton of juice. I can get a good 21/7 battery in there, and yeah, I really like it. So I'm
retailing it. I think I saw something earlier about this, but it's not something I'd seen.
Is it about €300? 250, 300 euro?
Oh, is that okay?
I think. And on top is the new RDA that shall be coming from Lost Vape very soon. It's the Maelstrom version 3. And that was designed by Rob, who owns Steam Island, Isle of Wight in the UK. So he designed this. It looks like the Flav, basically inside. It's very similar, but the airflow is right down at the bottom of the deck. I mean, right down. I don't know if that'll show up, but it's way down there. So it's right underneath the coils. But it gives a nice vape. I am quite enjoying this.
With airflow being that low, you're not having an over squonking issue on it?
No, because what they've done is, and I don't know if you'll see this, but if you see the hole, see how there's a cutout there?
Yeah.
Well, the hole in the air cap in the cab is up top.
Ah, clever.
So, yeah, you can still over squonk with it, but they've compensated for it.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. I got that through the post this morning. It's not a bad little. Yeah, I am quite enjoying it. I must admit, quite enjoying it.
Yeah, I think that they're going to be coming in at about £30, which I think's very good for what it is.
Yeah,
and they'll do an accessory pack, lots of top caps and drip tips and beauty rings as well. So yeah, it's quite good. And that's. Actually, I'm vaping on a shit ton more stuff, but I'll not bore you to death with it. Holiday. Right. If I could go, I'm going to take a cop out here. If I could be transported anywhere right now, it would be
It's for a week's holiday, remember?
A week's holiday. It would be Boston, because that's where Karen's actually in the air at this moment in time with her dad.
Oh, really?
In Boston. So I would actually, I would love to be there with them, just rather than being here.
Oh, is she on? So she's on holiday. What is she away with some of the family or something?
Yeah, our auntie stays in Boston, and she's elderly and she's not been keeping well. So,
okay.
They're going out, and basically,
I'll stop intruding on your personal life now.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, the operation's a short one, so
okay.
No, I'm only kidding. So, that's right. I would love to say I would like to go to India or somewhere like that.
No, I totally. If that was me, I would have answered exactly the same. That's it. I totally get what you mean.
I was just going to say, we're pretty much guaranteed that your wife does not watch this show. So you're not going to get any brownie points here.
I did. I'm well.
I sent her a timestamp in the morning. Straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never guess what I said last night.
It would be awesome for you to get there and be there before her, though. That would freak her out at the airport.
Yeah, given that my wife has never once in 6 years watched one of my videos, I doubt very much she'll be watching this show.
Even my wife's watched your videos. She doesn't vape.
That's
just wrong. Anyway,
she doesn't vape. She watches them with a fag on, doesn't she, James?
Yeah,
like a Benny. And she's like, "Oh, sit down, watch me a Mark Todd."
Look at these mugs. She's not cockney. She's not cockney.
So I have to who do I ask questions? Who have we got? Brad, it's just you, isn't it? Is it?
Yep, Brad and James.
Brad.
Well, I'll go with Brad because I just
Yeah, I've done
Brad, I'm going to go. What did you have for your tea, or is it your dinner? I'm not sure what you call it.
I'll choose which one I consider tea or dinner.
What are you drinking? What are you vaping? And I would like you to pick your most favorite reviewer, your least favorite reviewer, and do an impersonation of their catchphrase.
Oh, fuck. I can't do any of that shit.
But you're not allowed to say who the reviewer is. You just have to do their catchphrase. And you're not allowed to say which one you like and which one you don't like.
Okay, so I'm not saying who I like and who I don't like. That makes it easier.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get started. For tea, which would be lunch, I had 2 KFC Zinger burgers because I was out on the road all day today with the mythical creature commonly known as Benji Lint from Osrix Mods.
Woohoo! Ah, yes, little Benji. I think we have.
Yes, we went gallivanting today, playing with machinery. And that was tea. What was the next question? Drinking.
Yes.
I am on the Sierra Nevada today, pale ale.
It's nice. I'm a fan. That's good.
It is absolutely fabulous. I only cracked my first one about an hour ago, and this is number 2.
It's very fruity. I like it.
Yes, I do like my hops. Hops are a key ingredient in IPA, just so you know, Todd. There's nothing resembling a hop in that beer.
Piss is a very, very, very important ingredient.
It's watered down Mexican camel piss is what you're drinking.
It's really nice.
I didn't even know. Where do they get the camels from in Mexico?
You can't stick a lime in your IPA, can you, Brad? Can't stick a lime in your IPA.
Oh, God, no.
Fruit.
I remember I asked, this totally true, I was in a pub, there's a beer out, I think, is it Balloon Moon? And the guy at the barman poured me a pint and he went, do you want, because there's like a thing with it, which I didn't know, but he went, do you like a piece of orange on the side? And I went, what is it? And he went, do you want a bit of orange? And I just looked at my wife and went, no, I fucking don't. I just didn't know what the fuck he's on about.
You know your beer is shite when they're giving you...
If you're being fruit in it.
Yeah,
Put some melon with your
taste better.
some melon with your Budweiser. No, it's fine.
And I am vaping on the Saver from our glorious B1CK. And because John mentioned his ohms, I'm on 1.74.
Wow, crazy.
Throwing the high numbers at the moment.
If it's below 3, it's low resistance.
Okay, well then I'll work my way up to
That's
3.
I work on the Bogue atomizer method. That's how I do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is rigid.
And that is on the baby Ness, which was a gift from the very same man.
And you still loving the baby Ness?
I am. It's having been a mech person for over 2 years, going back to regulated, and just being able to lock it, bang in my pocket, rattles around, and being on 10 watts. It's alien to me, but I'm loving it.
Yay! It's good. It's good to get a lot more battery life out of.
Oh God, yeah. I'm on half a battery. That battery's been in there for a day and a little bit over a day.
Skills.
And I am on the SVA Pinto Zero. This is the
SVA Pinto Zero.
No, see, it's this one. This one's very special because it's not a Punto; it's a Pinto. I've renamed this one because it's mine.
Good.
And I'm using the Solo RDA. Everything's black, so you can't see it on my stupid camera.
It's odd, isn't it? South African with black stuff. What was it?
Move swiftly along.
Have you got a token that says
I have
white?
now realized, again, after what John said, that I am vaping in here what is now referred to as the old cactus.
Oh, no. No. As in new to the raves. This cactus plant. So we got your favourite back in today. Cactus Jackie's back.
Is it back?
It's back.
Sorry, guys, I've got to go. I need to place an order. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Go, your computer's in front of you, Brad.
And lastly, I have on my Dacus mods. Sorry, abstract mods from the wonderful Mr. Dacus.
It is very, very pretty.
My pretty parallel. And I have got the Supersonic on the top here. I don't know what's in here.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you find a mystery bottle of unlabeled liquid. It's like, well, I've got to finish it. May as well give it a bash. Let's see what's in here.
I don't vape the mystery bottle. When I find a mystery bottle, I don't vape it. I spend a lot of time drunk. I don't vape them bottles.
You need to be more adventurous, James.
Oh no, I'd be more dead. I don't know.
I've got 8 or 9 mystery bottles lying around my office.
I've always got.
To you.
Yeah, I'm a weird dude. I don't want to vape where I'm potentially putting bottles in, honestly.
In that, I've got Premise. I'm going to say Reason because there's definitely some strawberry there. So I'm going to guess that that's Premise Reason in the mystery bottle.
Very good.
And the hard bit. Yeah, I know you're trying to drop a hint, but I'm not picking
No,
up.
I'm not. I was trying to clear something. What are you talking? It's just trying to make sure the air flow.
My first impersonation is I'm not supposed to say who. So
No, you can't. No, you can't say who it is.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. See if anyone gets that. And and now for
And you're not saying which way round these are, Brad.
No, I'm not saying which way anything is.
Okay, just checking.
I'm gonna say remember to hit the like button. Hit the like button. I can't do his accent. We need a John to do something like that with his glorious accents.
I've narrowed both of them down to about 30 reviewers.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I'd throw a bit of vagary in there.
You definitely did. No fucking idea.
And of course, that then leaves me to turn this around and throw it at the glorious James.
Hello.
My good man, what are you vaping on? What are you drinking? What did you have for tea? Whatever you deem tea to be.
Yep.
And I'm going kindergarten level question here for you.
Okay.
Snog, marry, and kill, or kill. May, Thatcher, and Trump.
Oh, good God.
I asked John what kind of car he wanted.
I thought you asked me what car I'd be.
Yeah. What car you'd be? Yeah.
That is bad.
Yeah,
I do not envy your choices.
Good grief. Thanks. Thanks,
My
Brad.
apologies.
Thanks, Brad. Just as heavy week's been. What time week's been? Week's been good. I've got rhetoric. I'm already sorted. I've pre-wrote these things.
What's that? Is that like crickets?
Yeah, it's like a urinary tract infection, but much worse. It's been a good week. I say what I've been doing this week. I have been doing on Sunday. I did nothing. I had a free day on Sunday. I did nothing at all. Very, very rare to have a free day these days. And I tell you what I did. I sat in me lounge, me living room, me sitting room, and I looked at how clean and tidy it was, and I just sat in silence, just hours. I did nothing. I just sat, looked, quiet and tidy. It was lovely. And then Tuesday, we had a play day thing at school, at nursery, with a little fellow, with me boy, and there was a turn on, a group, not a group, like an act come in, like these things called this is
a turn.
A turn. Do you call it? Do you call them
turns.
You call them in social clubs. Got a turn on Friday. That had the tiny tweeties in, and it's this man and this woman. The fella plays the guitar, looks incredibly disinterested, and the woman sings and kind of interacts with the kids, and it's absolutely mental. The kids love it. The kids absolutely love it, but it's mental. You know, we watch a bit of Sea Babies and that sort of malarkey in the house, and you know the presenters are like they're engaging 3-4-year-olds or whatever it is. So the crazy over the top, and they're super smiley and jumping about, and you see it on the telly and you just totally accept it. When it's in front of you just a few feet, and there's a woman singing, and they've got the stupid crazy grin and loping about like a lunatic, it's crazy. It's crazy to see it in front of you. It's absolutely crazy to see it in front of you. So I did that, and then I had a stay-in player, and they've been they've got ducklings. We've got ducklings in the class. We never had this. I had a little duckling, so I got to hold and stroke little ducklings. It was good. So that was one of the things this week. I've been watching a bit of telly. I watched
a nice random week.
It's been a good week. I watched a bit of telly. I've been watching that Evil Genius that you recommended, John.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Very good. I mean, it's the usual fare of them kind of Netflix slow reveal documentaries where
I knew the story because I'm a bit of a crime psychologist-y kind of, like, I'm not one. I like any crime psychology kind of thing. So I did know it. I knew the story, but it was. I thought it was the production values they've thrown into these documentaries and the money they've put in. It makes them fucking brilliant. It's so good.
Netflix, I mean, they are massive at the minute. They are chucking money at it seems to be everything. But
did you see Jinx? Did you see Jinx?
No.
Oh, Jinx. It's the life and times of Robert Durst. The Lives and Deaths of Robert Durst, which was done by I think it was I don't know, one of the TV channels, one of the American TV channels. Fucking hell. It must have cost them about 40 million. The production values are fucking nuts. It's brilliant.
But you see them just on YouTube, people just with a home PC, like doing super duper special effects. I'm not sure whether it is money or whether it's just that the tech is at the point now where
Trevor just said HBO. Yeah, it is. HBO is like the American BBC. The amount of the money they put into stuff, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I watched that, and I watched Apocalypse Now, and you know what? I could not remember any of Apocalypse Now. I thought I'd seen it. I was sure I'd seen it. I knew loads of the lines from it. Could not remember any of the story, so I watched Apocalypse Now on the big screen. I've got my little projector out, watching the big screen. So that's what I've done this week. Oh, and I put a poster on the group earlier on, showing like me 3 chargers all in full fettle, kind of. I left my battery charging right till the last minute. I was down to 1 battery, so I had to spend virtually 2 days charging up all my batteries, and I did that, and I charged up all my batteries. What I realised is it's no good charging up all your batteries. I don't know where to put all my batteries unless I've got a battery and a couple of mods, a couple sitting on the side, and a couple and a charger full ready to charge. I've got absolutely nowhere to put them. What are you supposed to do with all these batteries? I've got a hopper, and I don't know. Anyway, so I did that. I got some good mail this week. I got some mail from Just Dad Nick. I've mixed up some Nata. I haven't tried it yet. Smells amazing, John. I cannot believe I've went all this time without trying it.
I can't believe it either.
Obviously, the black box ones. 2 out of the 3, I'm proper looking forward to. One of them, I'm like, I'll try it, but yeah.
What's the one?
It's the cereal. It's the cereal milk one. I'm not super mad for that milk.
It's a good one. It is. I know what you mean. It's weird.
And I always seem to have a lemony. I don't know what cereal that is.
That's meant to be Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I've not had.
Yeah, I agree. But I think you take it as a. Well, I don't eat breakfast cereal. Weird. Near John thing, but so I have no fucking idea what it tastes like. I haven't eaten it in 20 years, but yeah, I don't take breakfast cereal vapes as tasting like cereal. I take them as tasting like breakfast cereal vapes. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll mix them all up. I'll try them all. I'm looking forward to trying them all. I am looking forward to trying them all. But that one does smell a little bit. I say it's the milk thing, I'm not sure. What am I vaping? So that's my week. That's what I've done this week. I am vaping on, as always, I'll start with where I'm always vaping on. And that is the Luke Hospital Vita V2 and a whistle on top. And in there, as always, is tobacco crunch. Not as always, but in the last few weeks, tobacco crunch. I am vaping on the Hellfire setup, Shadow with an X, and again, a whistle on top, and in there is still custard cream. I've still got loads of custard cream from Spectrum Vaping, and I am also vaping on the new Eden Mods RDA. I've been vaping on this almost constantly for the last 3 days. That is sitting on me phobia, yes, with a random white whistle on the top there, and in there is lemon crack today, and it is good. It is very, very good.
I've been very, very excited to hear what you had to say about that.
Yes, well, that's coming up. Stay tuned.
It is, and also revealing the name. The name I've kept under my hat for the last couple of days. That's what I'm doing. What for me tea? I want to say tea as in dinner, as in tea, as in late meal. I made a Chinese style chicken curry, and it was nice.
Oh, very good. What, from scratch?
No, I used one of them curry pastes.
Oh, I was well impressed.
Yeah.
Saying that, what do I have the other? Oh, Pattocks. They now do like a paste pot. Fucking amazing.
Yeah. That's all this is. This is just from it's less than an hour from pot to table. It's good. I like it. Oh, right. This question, Brad, man. What is it? It's kill, marry, avoid. Kiss, marry,
kiss,
kill.
Marry, kill, May, Thatcher, Trump.
God,
You've got a win in there. If you've got an easy out, because there's only 2 you can fucking kill.
Yeah. But, I mean, you've got to presume that Thatcher is alive in this scenario, though.
No, you don't. Come on, you've got an easy out, mate. Take it.
But I can't kill Thatcher because she's already dead. That means I've got to either marry a dead woman. Is that allowed? Yeah, it is. What's this? Well, marry Thatcher.
You can assume she's alive. In their prime. All of them in their prime.
No, he's changed it now because you went, yeah, your fault. They're all alive.
I'll good grief, man. Gladly. I'll marry Trump. He's got loads of money. I'll marry him. I'll live with him. I'll divorce him, and then it's America.
To be honest, James, you look like less of a man than Melanie, so you'd be all right.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. I'll marry Trump. I'll kill the already dead Thatcher, and I'll do whatever the third one is to Mia. Whatever the third one. What was my choices there? That was the Hobson's choice. That was Robin
It's
Hart.
meant to be a black box of suffering, the whole lot.
No, I definitely. Yeah, I can't. I would definitely, kill May twice for a laugh.
But I was presuming that there was some sort of time traveling in there. When I don't know whether there'll be a #1 single just because Mia dies. In the same way that there was when Thatcher died.
They didn't let it get to #1. They removed it.
I know that was the BBC, wasn't it? Oh, the BBC.
It's not a state funeral. I mean, we're going to shut every fucking road, and it'll look exactly like a state funeral, but it isn't one.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm drinking Morty back. Just about done. Okay, that's
okay. You had 49 minutes for the hand check.
That wasn't too bad. Was that too bad? That wasn't too bad. Considering the 2 men down, that's not too bad.
Top form.
Top form. Are we straight into the news?
Yeah, go on, John. Let's go with some news. I know you've got some.
Okie dokie. We're going to flash straight over to Canada. Oh, Canada, something like that. They done a trick, exactly like they did to us. News in Canada yesterday. Parliament passes plain tobacco packaging law and, regulates vaping. Do like that one. Fuck me. How loaded is this? The Liberal government has passed a sweeping overhaul of the country's tobacco laws. Legislation that will formally legalise and heavily regulate vaping and give Health Canada the powers it needs to mandate plain packaging for cigarettes. I'm only going to read the first paragraph. The bill S-5 is one of the most ambitious overhauls of the Tobacco Act in a generation. I hope this is ringing bells for you. It enacts changes that have prompted a vocal opposition from the country's largest tobacco companies and their allies, like convenience store owners, who are steadfastly opposed to measures that will force them to remove their brands from cigarettes and other tobacco packages. This is so similar to the TPR and the TPDR. It's amazing. So, if it was a year ago in the UK. The legislation that regulated that changed the way we vape in the UK was included with the plain cigarette packets law. It's literally exactly the same thing. And vaping was one piece of paper. And when all the process and the petitions were happening, a lot of people were missing the point, which the point was that they had to throw out the whole thing or accept the whole thing. That's just happened in Canada. So the sweeping law changes to the way Canadians vape, and we shall see how it goes. I think it's going to be similar.
Do they say when that comes into effect?
No, let's have a look. Sorry. I'm going to try and see if I can find a date. A bit. I mean, how fucking right wing is it to write the Liberal government? All right, fucking hell. Right-wing prick. Let me just see if I can find a date on it.
I mean, what's that going to end up doing to Canadian manufacturers? Are they going to be able to produce and export?
Let me just try and find one. Bans certain flavors like confectionery and cannabis for vaping products.
Yeah.
Drink flavors as well, isn't it? It's all of that sort of malarkey.
Yeah, it's exactly the same arguments we've had 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It was what I said last week. The trouble is, the UK have done. We did something. we did it the very UK way, which is we worked within the legislation and tried to go to the letter of the law. But what that actually does at the same time is other governments who are going to enact similar legislation are going to see specific ways around that have been used and regulate them out of existence before they put it in. They're not stupid. The bill, which is expected to receive royal assent shortly, demands compliance with the new vaping regulations within 180 days. So 6 months.
Okay.
Within 6 months. There are some good bits of legislation in there that are fucking few and far between. The bill also prohibits the sale of vaping products to minors or sending vaping products to a minor, which was always, that happened here, but it had been self-regulated anyway, so it didn't make any difference. And I know it's been self-regulated in Canada too. Anti-smoking advocates maintain these regulations are necessary because any reference to an e-cigarette as safer than the traditional variety could be misleading. How the fuck is that misleading? While vaping devices are often sold as smoking cessation aids, critics maintain they are not entirely harm-free. I don't know. I didn't know that the word cessation aids actually legally includes safe or harm-free.
And it's just, sorry, boils my fucking tits here. Just the use of that language. We've heard it again and again and again. It's fucking crack.
Yeah, it is. It's that thing. If the trouble is when I read these stories and then think, I'm going to put it on the show. I'm not going to put it on the show. It's getting more and more difficult because it's the same shit over and over again. And the only reason I did it this week was because it's Canada, and you've been sold a bad deal, but you've been sold. The worst one I've seen recently was the Americans have it slightly differently because they can actually hide the legislation in other things. One of them recently was to do with oil. The legislation was part of, so you can do that.
How
you pass a bill?
Do they justify hiding it in?
Well, because it's a bill as a whole, and you pass the bill as a whole, and the third page is no more bubblegum flavour.
I'm not surprised that orange fucking Cheeto made it to president if that's how backwards the country is.
I still remember when Trump first got in and people going, he's going to be the saviour of vaping. I was like, okay, right.
Yeah.
Just remember, that's my husband you're speaking about.
We're going to side with you in the divorce, but don't worry.
I'm just realised I put the same thing in the news twice. Second thing I'm going to say is what we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about the piece of news that came out late yesterday and early on the BBC News today, which is the unfortunate man who is claimed died in a vaping accident. That's not going to happen. It's not even going to be a debate. Nope. Anyway, I'm going to slip into something else. James, Lee Ash?
Yes, Lee Ash. I didn't expect that. Yes, we would like to formally induct Lee into the Hall of Fame. It was mentioned a few weeks ago in the group, and as it wasn't voted for. It wasn't voted for at all. However, as a reasonably new Omi, I get my own selection.
You get your own hall pass, free pass.
Absolutely, I get a pass, and I would be honoured to use that for Lee. I think he's been a great moderator for me. Lee is actually he was the first high-end mod I ever saw and wanted before I even knew what high-end mods were. And I think he's a worthy entry. I will just go and say that was his pipe when he was doing the pipes and he was selling them on.
Amazing.
Oh, what was that? Oh,
Vape
Emporium
Vapor, something like that.
Yeah, Emporium Vape, something like that. And he's I think he's a big loss to the community. And I think when we get Rich back next week, we will officially induct him into the or sometime in the week. Maybe not even on the show.
I'm sure we'll still do the graphic.
So formally announce Liash his entry to the Hall of Fame, and well deserved.
As it has a free pass. I know
Yes.
we wouldn't, no, you know, it's a free pass thing. We wouldn't normally say anything, but as soon as somebody put, the first time I saw that posted on the group, somebody said, I think Liash should be the Hall of Fame. You know, just after he passed away, it rang so true instantly, because so many times, most of mine and Lee's contact was through the fact that Lee would want to post something on SV, and I'd say, and when I was admin there, and he would send me pictures. Can I put this up? I've just made this new mod and stuff. And so a lot of the times I got to see the mods before the rest of the world did, like the Rouleau. And every single time, without fail, they were amazing. And it always took me a minute to go, gee, whoa, my God. I remember the DNA pipe he did a few years ago. It was only maybe like 2016. I think Doug had it. I bought it from him, and it absolutely mind-blowing. And the first thing I remember sending him a message out of the blue, just saying, hey, Lee, you need to send me high HD pictures of that, because that's going on the show this week. It is amazing. And his
work was always to just completely to another level.
Absolutely. And I just want to add there, I kind of went, and using the free pass sort of thing, and that sounded, I don't want that to be in any way derogatory. If we put it to a vote, there's no doubt it would be instantly accepted. I just, I would like to be able to use my, you know what I mean? That's what I'm going to say there.
Yep, absolutely. So yes, Lee Ash is now in the Hall of Fame forever. Next up on my thing, this is just a little hint. If you liked Nata, that we were talking about earlier, new Nata is coming soon. I can't tell you what it is. The release date is June. I can't remember the exact date, but the release in Canada is June. And just epic. We'll have it shortly. I was speaking to Toby in the week. I know what flavour it is, and I'm very excited. I really like ranges that grow like that naturally, not like here's 8 flavours, try them. I like things that do that expand like that. And Toby's coming over to Expo in Birmingham. Expo the Return. I know this because his books. He's booked the same hotel as me. We're going to have one of those doors, you know. Depends if you're in the mood, doesn't it? You know. I loved seeing Toby last year. It's really just a really genuine, lovely guy, and I like working with him. And we get to bring you the new Nata next month, which will be fantastic. Next up,
does that mean that I'm not allowed to tell anybody what it is for another month?
I don't think you're allowed to. I know you know what it is, but I know who told you? Was it Toby or Amanda?
Toby.
Yeah, exactly. You know you're not supposed to. I know you've seen the picture I've seen.
And Mark's actually already made a video, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll just send it to China anyway. Fuck it.
Who's made a video, perhaps?
I'm just teasing. I'm just lying.
Okay. Are you really? Because I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to say what it is. I really don't. I'm going to skip my next one because I don't care. James.
Yes.
James.
Oh, so exciting! So exciting! It's been. I mentioned earlier. It's been a good week. I've only got one. I've only got one new thing that I'm just. There's just the one new thing. I have been using. I have been the first person, apart from the Eden Mods chaps. Obviously, I've been the first person in the goddamn world to try this atomizer out. And I get to announce the name and everything. Can we see this there? This, I mean, there's loads of photos. Have you got rather than me just showing up on my little cam there? Have you got some photos there, John? I know you're running the show this evening.
Christ, you're really hoping. Okay,
Come on, because
okay, that's fine. Hold on 1 second.
No problem at all. Okay, so first, while you're looking for the photos there, I will. I'll tell you a little bit about it before I tell you the name of it. Okay, so this is, I mean, it's been kind of a buzz on Facebook all week on the Eden Mods site and on the other sites as well. Safe Vapers, UKS, iOS to a certain degree. So this is their new RDA. It is a 22 milli RDA. It is it's quite nice. I
don't know how bad this is going to look, but you can if you.
I've got a video and I've got a ton of photos.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for the shyness. I didn't have.
They're in the James News file. Okay, so anyways, 22 milli RDA. It's a squonking RDA, but it also has. Well, there's me there. Look at that. Well, that's not terrifying. Here we go. No, we don't. That's it. Are we not? So these are first of all, these are the release pics from the Eden Mod site. So this is I keep trying to say the name. I can't say the name. So we've got some deck pics. We've got some pictures of the outside. You can see that what we've got is a little bit different to your usual sort of 22 milli RDA, in as much as the airflow is controlled by these air cassettes. These cassettes available in three sizes. Comes in three sizes with the actual RDA itself. We have got what I'm calling the C15, the C30, and the C60, or the C30, the C60, and the. Anyway, we've got a 0.8 milli for a really proper mouth to lung. We've got the mid size, which is 1.5 milli, and then we've got like kind of the Cyclops size, and the Cyclops is kind of the same sort of affair to the original Snapdragon RDA, similar sort of size. It's got a really deep. Well, if you can see on the actual previous picture, it's got a really deep.
Oh, sorry.
Juice well. That's fine. A really deep juice well. It's made from mouth to lung, but yeah, I've been using it for the last 3 years, and you can definitely do a direct low on it. It's a tiny bit restricted, but I mean only a tiny bit restricted. Using the Cyclops fully open. The last 2 years, I have had it with the Cyclops kind of half open, which is pretty much how I run my Vipers, and it's been absolutely perfect for me. These are to be launched at VapFest in August, soft launch at VapFest in August, with the retail price at 90 quid, which I don't think is bad for a UK made Addy. Made of stainless steel.
When do you just? I think you're going to pick a because they can't obviously see shit anymore. Can you just tell me? Just go next one, John. Whenever you want to go.
Okay. Well, the next ones are just the pictures I've taken over the last 3 days. So I don't know. I'm not a reviewer, but I'm definitely not a reviewer at all. But it is kind of my thoughts on it. So I've had three or four builds in there that I've been using for the last 3 days. 3 different juices, 3 different mods. I've used on a regulated, a mech, and a FET. And these are the pictures I took over the last few days.
I just realised I'm going to be in control of Triumph Tar Bar. You want to try and get your really, really loosen your lips, because I tell you what, it's going to go fucking fast. So this is kind of what me thought. Well, I'll tell you what it's called first of all. As you know, Eden Mods, I always call them after a flower, and this one is called the Salix. So that's SALIX, the Salix, and that is a weeping willow tree. So here's me thoughts. So it's from Eden Mods.
it's made superbly. You know, if you've ever owned an Atty or an Atty from Eden Mods, a Rose or the Snappy, brilliantly made. This is exactly the same. I love the cassettes. I think it's a brilliant idea rather than just having the Cyclops malarkey. Especially if you are a mouth to lung vapor. The 0.8 is a little too tight for me because that's a proper tight mouth to lung. But the 1.5 is a lovely comfortable mouth. You know, I quite like a 1 milli. However, it is a little bit tight, and I feel like we were a 1 milli and the 0.8.
Golf ball through a hose pipe kind of tight.
It is. But the 1.5, I really like it. It's a much more comfortable mouth to lung for me. However, my preferred one, and I didn't expect it to be, is the Cyclops. About half open. I say it's about the same as I run with that at ease. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I love the cassettes. I love that they're called cassettes as well. There is a right way and a wrong way to pop them in, though. I found that out immediately, but that's kind of what I expected from Eden. They are really well manufactured. Really, that is when I first got it out, that was kind of my initial thought was like, blimey, because it's a weighty piece as well. It's a weighty piece. The quality.
Did you want me to play the? Did you want me to try the? I can go for the video.
Absolutely, yes, please. So this is Andy made this a couple of days ago and sent it to me.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be. Actually, keep talking.
Okay.
I just realised there's a better way to do that.
Okay. Sorry. What else have I've got? I've got notes. I thought the money. I thought for 90 quid, it wasn't a bad price at all.
I think the only thing. I think it's fair comment. I think the only thing that a few people have noticed that they're keeping the AFC as a detail. Like it doesn't move. That middle. It's not that middle.
It doesn't. And I've spoke to Andy before about on the Rose and on the Snapdragon. Oh, I'm just not keen on that non-flush EFC style. But like you said, Russ, it is kind of their trademark. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't move, but it does keep in line with the other products, and it does. I think it looks all right on this. I think it looks all right.
Yeah, I think it's a Marmite thing. I've that's the comments have been the same. I mean, just reading through things is that the everybody likes the deck. And I'm not knocking anything because
you've run out of internet.
And on that punchline, that's.
Are you back, John? Are you back? Oh, I'm just talking over you, John. Actually, yes. So yes. So granted, not everybody's cup of tea, including my own. However, I don't really mind it. And on the slam cap, I didn't mention there's a slam cap going to be available at VFest as well for about 25 quid. We're looking at 25 quid for the slam cap. I actually quite like it. It kind of. If you can get to play the video at some point, John, if you ever come back, you're just frozen down the screen, kind of rubbing your lug.
He didn't pay his 3G bill this week.
If you see it with the slam cap, it's kind of almost slap bang in the middle with this, and it looks cool. I quite like it. I really quite like it. I love the Atty. It's been good using it.
I must say I do like the look of the aesthetic of the cap. The amount that's gone into the internals, there's so much going on there that passing judgment on it would be far too early. But I'd actually like to get one in my hands and give it a go.
It's a super easy build. So, I mean, I've had trouble in the past because I don't use big fat wires. I don't use Claptons and Flaptons and an alien wire and that sort of thing. And I've had trouble in the past capturing with these sort of with the slots.
Yeah,
because
I quite like the little slots. They instantly made me think of a Tragaga because they reminded me of gaming, like the old school Sega 32-bit, where you slotted that card in the top of the game. That's exactly what those little slots look like to me.
The cassettes, yeah, they do look in the flesh. They do look a lot like a Sega, an old Sega game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the actual the way you capture it, it's a breeze. It's an absolute breeze. So it's dead easy to build. The only thing is, with regard to building, is you've got to wrap your coils the wrong way around, or what our class is the wrong way around. I wrap clockwise.
I saw that because there's a step in the
when you're looking straight on, it's on the left hand side. It's on the left hand side, so it's up on the left hand side and down on the right, which means you got to wrap anti-clockwise rather than the way on. I mean, I don't know whether everybody's the same, whether it's a right-handed thing. Brand normally wrap clockwise.
He's back.
He is back.
Did you quickly pay your Vodafone 3G bill?
Fucking load of shit. Yeah, it was the 4G that just. Oh,
black spot. Then a black spot. So I've enjoyed it. I've especially liked fruity flavors, and the first vape I put in there was my usual tobacco crunch, which I vape a lot of, and it was good. It was good, but it did kind of taste a little fruity that I hadn't noticed when I vaped on a Viper. And then the last 2 days I've had can only be mine the strawberry one, John.
Yeah, that can only be mine. Yeah.
And there was tons of strawberry, and then today I've had lemon crack in it, and that was as good as I've ever tasted it. So I have really enjoyed it.
Are you ready for the Salix video? And then we'll go on to the next bit.
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on. I will go silent for a second. Something my wife.
Is he away again? Oh.
There we go. That looks good. Slam cap is not cool.
Yeah, I like the slam cap on it. I put a smaller zip tip in that.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be the same. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that little video.
I like the cheesy music over the top of it. That really set it.
That is copyright free music, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
A video straight from the 70s, that one.
That's exactly what it is, Mark.
I think that might be John's connection. So that's the Salix from Eden Mods, which I've been, like I said, been using and testing the last 3 years. So thank you to Andy and Lee for letting us have first blast on that. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'll be passing it on to the next tester in the next day or so.
Sorry, James, what's the builds have you been running in it?
The first one was my standard build. I put a 1.1 Canthal build in there. I totally forgot. I knew that it was a kind of a wrap in reverse. I totally forgot. I was in a mad rush on Tuesday when it came, and you know what? Even if you wrap them the wrong way around, you can still kind of jam them in there, and they still work good. And then yesterday I had stainless steel. I had a 0.45 build in yesterday with stainless steel. And that came out at about 0.5 ohm. And then today I've used slightly thicker stainless steel, 0.5 stainless steel, and it's just under 0.5 ohm, about 0.46 or something like that. Because I don't use fancy wires. I don't use like I say, claptons, flattens, and all that sort of malarkey. And I have been I've been frightened to put anything lower than. I don't vape lower than that, to be honest with you, but. I've been frightened. To use it. I can't imagine how much a prototype costs, and I'm a little bit Jewish about using it. So I didn't want to put anything super duper low in there. even just to test it. And besides, I wouldn't enjoy it because I don't vape that way. So they're the 3 builds I've put out. I've literally had 100% success rate with the builds I've put in there, just with the things that I use. I vaped it the way I would vape it, basically, is the top and bottom.
Yeah.
With a 22 milli RDA, they're my standard builds. I haven't done anything unusual with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not an easy thing to test an RDA outside the way you like to vape. It can be hard. I mean, I know sometimes I get sent an ATI as a cloud chaser, and I know that I'm the worst person in the world to review it because I don't vape like that.
Yeah. And I don't think this is designed to be that way. I mean, it's certainly not a mud airy.
I think it's definitely aimed at that, at the mouth along or the restricted lung hit. It is. It just is. That's who it's aimed at. Absolutely.
I mean, the chamber itself is for a 22 milli. You're looking at probably a third of that is actual chamber. Maybe, I don't know. It is a tiny chamber for, and that's what I liked about it. That's what kind of excited us about it, was the fact that a lot of 22 milli RDAs, yeah, you can get single coil reducers and that sort of thing for these ones that are dual sided. But it always feels to me as though you're using something that was never its intended purpose. It's a dual coil RDA, but what you're doing is you're blocking off one side and then you're jamming something in there to reduce the side of the chamber, whereas this isn't designed that way.
Absolutely.
Is it the squat? Sorry, John. The squonk pin's in the middle, isn't it? It is. So you've got the cotton in both sides. What it looks like to me is it when you squonk, all the juice is just going straight into that little center bit. It looks easy to over squonk with it. That's my only.
I haven't over squonked once with it this week, and yesterday I used it with the Dacus with the abstract mod, and in there I got one of the massive mod meter bottles, and because there's so much surface area that you can squonk, I find it dead easy to squonk with them, to over squonk with them, because I'm not used to them. I'm used to a smaller squonk hole, and I didn't over squonk at all with it. I'm not saying it's not possible to over squonk with it. If you try really hard, you definitely will. But I will tell you this: when you feel as though it's going dry and you give it a little squonk, it floods the wicks immediately. The coil is nice and low, and therefore the wicks are nice and low. So as soon as you feel it getting a little bit dry, you squonk, and you get that little sizzle of it kind of hitting the coils immediately.
Of a wash. I like the idea of that. I think we're going to have a quick word with our sponsor and puppet master, Mark Todd.
We definitely should.
Slangever.
Mark, I've not seen you at one British event this year so far.
And that's bollocks.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I'm really sorry.
Oh.
You should be sorry. You should feel bad.
Hang on, there's only been one British event.
Two. Vape Jam and Expo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Fuck you, Stouts. I think I'm going to talk about Germany quickly. I know you've been, I can't think of the correct words. I'm going to use this word, an advocate of the German show. I don't know. Just I think we wanted to go and we were too late. Otherwise I would have been there. We were too late. It was very popular. What makes it stand out? Not to be. What makes it stand out and what makes it different? Having not been to one outside the UK.
The beer.
No, I do admit, but German beer is fantastic.
The food. The I'm there.
That's true. That is true. Again, that refers back to my fuck you point.
So basically, all the things that aren't in Britain.
We have some German beer. We're in the UK. We always the pubs find it very difficult to keep the lines clean, and clean lines is absolutely you need them for the Pilsner.
The thing, the standard. I mean, it was the same as. I mean, for me, the thing I like the more. I mean, Ira, the guy that organises it, and this isn't. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass or anything here. Is that during the whole event, he's out there constantly going around all the booths, everything, making sure everything just runs like clockwork, and it does. Everything's just. It's so well organised. It's frightening. But the Mod Makers Gallery was tremendous.
Really?
It really was tremendous. And that was one of the highlights for me was that. But
the photos that you put up, I think it was the day before the event where you walked around the Modders Gallery. And I haven't been to a couple UK events. When you started the video and you started walking along, you just start thinking, hey, there's one, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so, there's one. And you just think, I thought you went around the corner, oh, well, that's it. It's small. And you kept going, and it was just a bit more and more and more. It looked like it was a huge Modders Gallery as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ira said there was between 50 and 60 towards the end, which is insane. And there was even a queue at the Frankie stall before they even opened. In fact, 2 days before.
Expos.
It was just. I don't get me wrong. I mean, I think it's in some ways, it's a very different event to Expo. But from what I've
I wasn't trying to point out what I wasn't doing. What's better. It was what's different. I was trying. Yeah.
Oh, I don't care what you're saying. I'm just talking.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry.
Not only from what I've heard and people talking about it, I think you guys talked about it last week, is that you said that the music was a bit quieter in Birmingham this year. In
places, no, it wasn't quieter. It was the fact that I don't know whether it was planned or whether it was fortuitous, but the bar areas seemed to be more you could hear each other talk, Mark, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You could go to, it doesn't matter which stall or booth you went to, yeah, there was music in the background, but you could have a conversation with somebody that was trying to sell you shit. Actually,
that was I was going to say that was my next question, which was, what's the noise level like? Is it like reasonable?
Yeah, it's very reasonable, and it's, you know, there's not as many dolly birds as there are in Birmingham, and you don't get as many people throwing flyers and crap in your face.
We need to. I mean, if you want to, I've said this, and I don't really give a shit if people can be offended or not, but we need to get it. That needs to be gone from Vape Jam and from Vape Expo. It needs to be gone. It only serves to make the industry look stupid. The bras and panties number. I do think it just looks insane. And only if you look at it from an outsider's perspective, it's even weirder. Having taken Mrs. John to Vape Expo last year, and because you kind of get desensitized to it, she walked in and went, what's that got to do with? I'd got no explanation. She went, no idea.
And in all fairness, I mean, if you'd gone to a car or a bike expo in the past few years,
but they're stopping, aren't they? They are. They've been told off. So I just wonder. I just think before you get told to stop it, stop it. That's just me. It's not. Maybe I'm old and.
Well, that's the thing that you have to. I mean, I'm saying that this expo's like that suits me. This doesn't suit me. I mean, I'm not exactly the target demographic. I mean, look what I'm wearing.
Exactly. I'm totally not. No, absolutely.
But it's. I would say that the accommodation, the whole event, and even seeing how the market is so different to the UK. It's just so different. If you go out,
I would just say I've got some good news. Ian Schwartz has said he won't wear the bra and panties next year. He's not going to do it.
So basically, he's going commando.
Yeah, I think so.
There's a story there. I don't want to know it. Yeah, but it's just like they like very, very sweet juice over there. A lot of the mods are like here, you have different groups of people. Some people like vape, you know, kind of stuff I vape. Then you have the mech users, you have the stacked mech users. It's just nice to see all the different gear. And the folk are brilliant. They really are. They're great.
I'm going to go on to something else quickly because you made a point of it yesterday where you answered on a thread. So I'm going to join it. There was a thread yesterday that started on UKS. I know Vape Fest is a while away, but you can already start feeling the build up. I've noticed it a lot this week with everybody.
Yeah, it's been crazy, hasn't it?
About Vape Fest, and it's May, and it's not till August. But you mentioned something just the other day, Mark. I'm going to put you on the spot. Sorry. There's a lot of people. Somebody voiced something which is probably quite difficult actually. I don't think they realised what a shared experience it was. There's so many people. Sorry, let me just go. So the post was about the fact that they wanted to go to Vape Fest, but they felt apprehensive because they'd got to go alone and they were nervous. And I know we've run through this a lot in the past. But being as Vape Fest is, I mean, there's no, it is the social event of vaping in our section of vaping in the UK. So it certainly is. And though Rick's not here today, I know he commented on the thread as well with a very similar thing to Mark. Me being a gobby twat, I don't really. It's not something that's a problem for me. But I know Rick commented on the thread and said that now, what are we coming up for? So November, the Ideal Ohm Show is 3 years old, and Rick still feels the build-up as it comes. Rick has social anxiety, and as it comes up to the event, he's sort of, I'm going, I'm not going, I'm going, I'm not going, I'm going, I'm not going, I'm going, I'm going.
He's going whether he likes it or not. I'll go down to his house.
And then he plunges through it, and it's such a shared experience. Reading through the thread, there's so many people who feel exactly the same way. And I know Mark is one of those people.
Yeah.
When it comes to these things, and I know I made a little. And I've said this again. I've said it a lot this year, but do say it every year. There we go, actually, Mark, what would be your sort of, if you were talking to somebody else with social anxiety, what would you say for your, I don't know, call it tips and tricks, it seems ludicrous, but I don't know, how do you go about it if you, because you do travel up, I think you travelled up with somebody last year or the year before. But generally walking alone. I walk in alone, but I've got a big mouth and tiny penis.
I mean, I can't actually. I'm the worst person to answer this now because I've not booked yet, and I probably will not book until the last possible moment because if I book it, it becomes. This is how my anxiety.
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
It becomes a thing. It's now I'm then committed. It's a thing, and then I start worrying about it, and then that's how these things always work for me. It's Vape Fest's very, very different to everything else because it is. And once again, as you said, for our area of the vaping community, it's everybody's welcome, and if you come in and you talk to people, then you'll soon become part of a massive family of pissheads and people with problems.
Absolutely.
But it's just when if you're on, the chances are you're going to be in Facebook, you're going to be in a group, you're going to be in a forum or something like that. And if you post a question like has been posted already, if people with social anxiety, there's a shit ton of people that will say to you, "I'll meet you. I'll meet you outside and we'll go in together, or we can do this, we can do that." And
I didn't say on the thread, but I will say Shrewsbury town itself is about 200 meters away. Mark, we actually at Vape Fest we met at Totally Wicked, I think, one year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we you know, not that one. Mark didn't go, I'm in Totally Wicked. I'm shitting myself. I just went, where are you? And he was in Totally Wicked. But I mean, that's how simple it is. You could say, meet me at HSBC or whatever, and it's an easy walk, and you can then walk in together. I don't know. It's hard because I saw James's face last year on his way to Vape Fest, and he looked like a Make-A-Wish kid going to Euro Disney or something.
I was terribly excited. I must admit, I was terribly excited.
Is there any word on who's going to the vendors that are going to be at Fest yet?
They're being if you go to the Vape Fest page on www.facebook.com, and they are slowly being released this year. This week.
Cancelled then? I thought the event had been cancelled.
No, somebody. It was a Facebook thing where you hit the thing and it. Jed. I'm blaming Jed. But I'm trying to think. Just some names off the top of my head. Just add Nick.
I did see Rock Mods will be there.
Rock Mods. You've really put me on the spot. Well, I know they're watching because I know the rest of the committee are watching. So,
is it PC Coils? Is he sharing with Hellfire that was released today?
Who?
PC. Oh, it might not be PC Coils.
PC Coils. This chap.
Abstract. I'm good. Mike, Abstract Mods, he's going to be there. Abstract, I'm pretty sure he's sharing a space with, I'm so sorry, but George from Cyprus, who we've met a few times at different events, George is going to be showing, I think he's sharing a space with Abstract.
What about Benji? You would.
Oh, you really put me on the spot. They're watching. I know the Vape
Benji,
Fest.
as far as I know, Benji will be there.
Yeah, Vape Fest are watching. I know because I have a chat going with them. So if anyone on there, stick it on the chat and I'll read it, won't I? They're too busy taking the piss out of me on there instead. Yeah. Anyway, but go over to the Vape Fest page on Facebook and you'll see because the vendors have been released this week with little graphics for every one we've got that are there so far. But there is way more than that are coming through.
I'm going to put you in the spot because I can, and I know that
I'm not on the committee.
No, but they're obviously messaging you, so it's a good opportunity to put you in.
Go for it.
Is there going to be more vendors than there was last year?
That I don't know. I'm not on the committee, so next.
Just say yes, John. Just say yes.
Yes, there will.
Do you know what the weather forecast is for that weekend?
Oh, please, we deserve it to be hot. Please.
It's going to be great. Absolutely urinated down last year.
I've got the list here.
Go.
I have the most important question.
Okay.
This is the one thing that has to be answered. Is Scott Bonner going to be there?
Ooh.
But you see, Scott's going to do what you do. Because Scott won't answer. Because Scott didn't
be there in a secretive manner.
Scott didn't answer till Thursday, I think, last year.
Yeah,
so I know Scott won't answer. But that's to be honest though, that's quite. But you kind of gone full circle and back again because Scott has exactly the same issue.
Yeah.
If you meet Scott or you or Rick, you'd have absolutely no clue what's going on in the background with people. Scott, well, I mean, to me, you're all fucking giants, but Scott's fucking massive.
I know he was a plasterer. I just think he forgot to take his stilts off one day.
And he used to be an ice hockey goalie as well, didn't he? I get it.
Yeah, he just blocked the whole fucking thing with his shoulders.
Yeah, I get that. But it's that funny thing, isn't it? That you think one thing and the actual reality is another. And I know we've had Scott spoken about it on the show before as well. That he does have some social anxiety, and well, it's the same as Scott and Mark started me vaping. So still, when I see Scott, even though I speak to him, I'm still like Scott Bonner. I still do it with Mark a bit, Mark's normally being a sarky twat. I will say, when I met him in Totally Wicked, as I walked in the shop, there was a bemused lady next to him who was just in there just wanted to think about starting vaping. As I walked in, Mark went, "Oh my God, it's John Martin off YouTube. I can't believe he's here." Such a dick.
She immediately took a shine to you.
Yeah, and then I showed her your subscriber count, and then you wanted to dig a hole in the floor. Fuck you. Just not think of anything else really. I know people. It's very weird that people are getting so excited about vape fest, but it's because I think a lot of people have not been to the show so far this year, and it's the next one on the calendar. It's the next one to tick off. But what are you most looking forward to, James?
The people.
I knew you were going to say the people.
It is true, though. It is true. I mean, last year I was
Double denim.
I am going to be wearing I don't know what I'm either going to wear all denim, like literally all denim, shoes, jeans, shirt, jacket, cap, full denim or no denim. That photo from Paula is going to be the death of us. Absolutely, the double denim thing. I thought it was just a regular outfit. Anyway, so it is. So last year,
but that's your most copied picture. Mine is me pulling a pair of shorts up up to my nipples that gets put fucking everywhere.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the picture of you in a dress has circulated more than that.
It hasn't, honestly. The one of me on a train in Singapore was stupid.
So yeah, it's last year it was cool to meet people for the first time. This year, I'm meeting more people for the first time, but seeing old friends is better than meeting new friends. I don't know what I'm saying there, but but yeah, it is. It's definitely seeing the people I speak to like most days, every day. You know what I mean? It's them people.
Absolutely. It is that thing of the once. It's the people you see once a year, and it means so much. I mean, I only ever see you once a year now, James, and I see just naming a few: Simon Sawyer, Ollie, Paula, and Roz. Oh, I'd like to see them. I could see them once a year as well. And Jamie Hepburn. Is Jamie coming? Hepburn.
I've no idea.
Oh, see, all my favourites.
But it is, isn't it? It could be Pen Fest, and we're all going down there to look at pens.
Oh yeah, it's really.
It isn't anything to do with. It's nice. It's nice to spend an hour or two or whatever looking at all the stalls and looking at all the gear. But I never go down with the intention of buying anything. I go down with the intention of seeing people and getting and drinking heavily.
It's just fantastic. And if we can get the weather this year, I think it would make it. Last year, that really took the edge off. I can't argue. Definitely did.
It did just a bit. But then I would say to anybody that's go down on the Friday night and go to the Premier Inn, because that's one of my favourite parts. All the 2 times I've been there is the Friday night at the Premier Inn. I absolutely love that.
Same.
It's like a good get together.
It's the social of the whole thing. I think just to kind of get it going, we're going to have to go on to how you remember. I don't think I can. Yeah, I will be able to talk because I can leave my mic on. Are you ready for the fastest Triumph Guitar bar you've ever done?
Do it.
Keep. You have to do a bit of filler. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Loosen up those lips, mate. Go.
Oh, go on, Brad. You do it.
No, I'm telling you to loosen up your lips because you're going to need a flex before the.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the.
I assumed you called it. I assume it's called try.
Yeah, I name it something different every single week.
Okay, you're gonna have to really keep talking because I've not downloaded this.
Okay, well, this week's on this week's Triumph Guitar Bar, we've got some good ones, we've got some bad ones, we've got some at the very end. We should also have, if you haven't been in the right order, we should also have some things that remind you of Triumph Guitar Bar.
Okay.
Not many, not many. I am gonna. I want to rejig the thing that reminds me of vaping music to be more best of or top of the triumph Batavars, because we really do need to whittle them down a little bit. I'm sorry, the people who. That's why I asked, because last week we had 50 and it was crazy. There was just too many, and I love that we're getting loads. And I don't want to say no to people, but we're going to have to start kind of picking the best and the worst, and the kind of the middlings are gonna they're gonna have to go, unfortunately. So yeah.
Keep talking. I have no idea what
So on this week's Try Vatavar, featuring people from the group, such as Ashley Buckley, Bob, Chris Alley, and Frank Higgins. They all sent in some things that reminded them of vaping. Just for people who are just tuning in, things that remind you of vaping, but that aren't really vaping at all, is a feature that's been running for 22 weeks now here on the Ideal Ohm Show.
Keep talking.
Shall I run through the Vape Fest list while we wait?
Yes.
So I've just gone to the Facebook page to pull the list down. So we've got Abstract Mods, Tippy Mods, Elemental Mods. I have no idea what that is.
Cool, Anthony's going. Oh, that's good.
Ohm MB, Ohm QW. I have no idea what that logo is. My guess is I'll learn at Vape Fest. Premise Liquids, Spa Vapes, the glorious Just Add Nick, who I'm hoping will have some new cactus for me by then.
We will.
Fantastic. Vaping is Personal. The Vapors Patisserie. Chris Scott Mods, Chris Scott Mackenzie Mods.
Lovely.
Golden Vape UK. A big letter F. Does anyone know what the big letter F logo is for? No, neither do I. Beast Mods, C's Vape Co, Bumblebee E-Liquid, Sluice Juice, Eden Mods with a new RDA, PC Coils.
And maybe a new mod. Do we know what's happened with the Eden Mod? Eden Mods mod?
With the mod, James? No, I don't know.
Right, you're going to have to go for a mix, James. That's going to be your challenge, if you're ready to accept it, because the order got fucked when I downloaded it.
That's fine. Come on, let's go. Let's just whistle.
Okay, keep with the fair.
I might keep reading the list.
Yeah, keep going for it, sorry.
We got PC Coils, Torchy, the Battery Boy, Hellfire, the Atty Smith will be there.
Never heard of them. Who are they?
Nah, never heard of them. They must be new to the game. Drip Tips by Big. I'm Vulcan. That'll be
fuck it. All right, I'm going to do it. Sorry. I'm really not helping. I can only apologise for my shyness, because I didn't realise how difficult this was, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Because Richard makes it look easy every week.
He really does, and I'm really crap at it. Right, you can do it. Don't worry. We're going to go in the order you put them in, James. And yes, you're going to get a weird view in a second. I apologise to anybody actually still watching.
You're doing brilliant, John. I know you don't normally.
You're doing brilliant, John. This is just great, mate.
Fuck off. Right, now we're off.
Here we go. This wasn't really a try for Tava, but well, it was for me, because I sent Rick, Pickled Rick, because when I say Rick and Morty now, Pickled Rick reminds us of Rick. Next one. This one's from Ashley Buckley. This has got many facets.
It doesn't really count, because it is an ohms checker in the background.
It is. Why has, I don't understand why that's in the background. But no, there's some tweezers in the background. People are looking and going, oh, it looks like a 510 or whatever, like a 510. I'm not sure about that, but what is with the Coin Master ohm reader in the background?
No idea. It's just a code that go next.
Okay, this is a thing that reminds you of Triumph Batava. This is a Triumph Persona. That's from.
Okay, I'll give you that. I didn't even notice that works.
That's from Bob. This is from Bob as well. Can you zoom in on these?
Yeah, I can. Oh, fuck! Why is it doing that?
Oh, I don't know.
No, you can't.
I can't. No.
Okay. Oh, this is shame because these are microphones. These are upside down microphones.
It looks. I think, to be honest, it looks better from a distance. They look like fucking microphones upside down.
Like I said, they're from Bob. Bob's been sending some really good ones lately. This is from Bob as well. This is.
That reminds him of something else.
But it reminds him of vaping because it's like he's the vaping and sending out O-ring things.
I think, Mark, you can't blow O's, can you? No. Next.
No.
This one says Goon in a newspaper article, and that's from Bob as well. Next one from 1976. How to 80-20 your life. 80-20, obviously, it's a ratio. People kind of.
I didn't mind that. I'll give you that. Who was that from?
That is from Chris Addy.
Yeah, I like that. 80-20.
Lovely. Derry Murphy. This I don't know. I've got no idea what this is. Remind them of vaping. That's Derry Murphy. Next one.
Okay, let's get a mod upside down.
It does. This is from Frank.
It is, but I don't even know what that is. What's a Sasa?
I get it.
Van and Del Sasa. It's Sasa. I don't know.
Got nothing. I didn't know that.
This is from Herbie. Voodoo
Brew by Rick.
A reminder of him. He was making himself smell delightful, I'm sure. And then
it reminds you of prepubescent smelly boys.
Yep. Next one.
Aldo. We have had the coil benches before.
We've had something very similar. That was from Joel. It was his first one though.
Was it a bike rack? I think it's a bike rack.
Next one is from John. Oh no, it's not. We have them in the right order. Oh, we have. Sorry, yes. This is from Joel Luke again, and this is a reminder of vaping.
I don't know how it works. It kind of looks a bit like a screwdriver mod, which I'm sure Mark.
It looks like a sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, but there used to be a mod called a screwdriver. Anyway, next.
Frog.
Right.
The spam that's come out of you lately, John, is more than usual. And you're not spamming just Nick, you're spamming you and Jimmy in the same t-shirt.
I've really enjoyed doing it.
There's been a lot of it.
That is one of my favourite ones for no reason. It's not even a thing that reminds me of vaping. It's just me and Jimmy.
Well, the reason I thought...
no, it was. I did, because it looks like mods in the background.
Mods in the background, absolutely.
Look at those. I quite like those. They're hybrids.
Are you making that up on the spot?
No. That's why I put it up. It wasn't trying to put it up.
That's right. This is from John Fripp. This is a
impact driver.
A ratchet driver thing, yeah, and it looks a bit like a driver. Yeah, super precise, super T. Look like a mod. Next one.
If you ever got a stuck screwdriver and a stuck screw and you really want to fuck it up, hit it with one of them.
This one is remarkably
series mod, isn't it?
It's a tall boy. It's a tall boy, absolutely. But it's remarkably vaping-esque, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Yeah. What does it say? Telefun Ken. Like it. Telefun Ken.
Oh, I'd like to meet Telefun Ken.
What?
Okay, that was. I'll go back to Cyberman. Now, you remember Cyberman? I looked at Cyberman for a second. Cyberman is. He is. I haven't got one to show you. I have. On my tiny little screen. Look, Cyberman is. Look at my little tiny thing. It's Cyberman, isn't it? You see, Cyberman, man.
I was right by clicking it. Right.
Moxon's Travel. There it's there. Reminder of Nige. Next one.
I like that.
I do too.
And that reminds you of Nige as well.
It is. It's Nige's finish. I don't know what it's on. It's too close to tell. Next one. They were both from Megan. No. So Matt Fox and Megan.
What?
This is Paul Badass Suski. but he's called Paul Badasuski. He got some eye drops and look a lot like a bottle of juice. Or
it's true, but you have to. That's kind of reverse Triumph Guitar Bar because eye drops existed before liquid, didn't they? So, next.
This one came from Paul Iverson. This one
was it faked?
Pardon?
Was it faked?
No. This was a video. There was actually commentary on the video, but I didn't want to actually put the video on because I knew we might have technical things. So it kind of moves across the map, and then he goes, "Oh, that looks like a Triumph Batava." I didn't realise how posh Paul was. His commentary was awesome, though.
Paul is the most rock and roll looking man I've ever met.
Yeah, but he was like, "Oh, this looks like a Triumph Batava." This is from Rainier Heindel. It's a pink stick. I've got a little idea what this is.
You know what? Because I have a dirty mind.
Oh, is it?
It was only that made me laugh, and it was like, if your parents were in, it made me laugh.
This came from Ryan Dorr. He dug this up. It looked like an Atty stand.
No, it doesn't.
Atty stand. This one is from who's this from? This is from Scotty Bogford, who always puts Triumph Batava down the side, just so we know. Plexus, is that an Atty? Is a Plexus Atty? I don't know.
It's a coil.
It's a Plexus coil, right? Well done, Scotty Bogford.
Plastic cleaning.
Well done, Mark Todd, for knowing that.
Polish. A number plate.
We're going to be. This might be the last number plate we'll say, but it is a genuine one. Look, it's got a handshake in there. It's his boss's car, who has iOS in his plate. Next one.
Ian Ogley Sierra.
That was Steve Falker who sent that one in. This one's Stuart Duncan.
Who the fuck would ever put that in your toilet? You have to be
Isn't that garish? Isn't it garish? Can you imagine urinating in that?
Can you imagine? No.
That is worse than a 1980 sort of Royal Dalton Brown. I didn't think you could beat it.
Yeah. This was a late entry from Trev Larkin. His wife got some sort of hair.
Yeah, that's what I would have said it was as well.
But it's temp control. That's 70 degrees. Next one.
That got a mute mode as well.
And we've got a couple of things that remind you of Triumph Batava. We've got a tying up a bar, and we've also got a trying an arm bar from Mark. So
I didn't mind that one. I didn't.
No, they got a few. They got a few likes. So and they made me laugh. So I thought I'd include them in the show, and that's this week's Triumph Batava. Thank you very much for taking part and for watching.
I'm so sorry for my absolutely fucking awful.
Oh, shizzle happens.
It was wonderful watching you fumble.
Yeah,
wonderful watching you
fumble. Short. That's the important thing. You kept it short.
I think that was the quickest Triumph Batava ever. Actually, I'm okay with that. I think that at an hour and 54 minutes has been the Ideal Ohm Show.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Mark Toddlington of Cheshire for being here tonight. Thank you very much, Mark.
My pleasure to sit here and say next to fuck all. Thank you.
Oh, I can't wait to see you in August. I'm going to dry hump the shit out of you.
I'm prepared.
Does that mean you're bringing lube?
No, it's I sprayed Dr. Bob's before I come down.
Nice.
You might not know what Dr. Bob's is, but anyway.
Thank you very much. This has been the Ideal Ohm Show. We'll be back next Thursday at 9 p.m-ish. Yeah, so see you next Thursday.
Bye!
Bye,
everybody. Bye. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And I'll probably